Hello everyone and happy December 1st. That's right, December, the last month of the year. At the beginning of this year, I made a resolution to make a new video every month, and here we've arrived at the last video of that resolution. And for this video, I'm going to do a recap of the year 2017 and show you some of the video footage I took over the year that didn't make it to the monthly videos, as well as a few behind the scenes looks at some that did. So let's get started. As we got ready to watch the new year in, back in December 31st of 2016, Dad learned how cruel the game of Bop It can be. So Jasmine plays the piano, but you have to be pretty sneaky to record it on camera. Towards the end of January, Dad took the family to Niagara for a weekend. We did lots of fun things like walk around, and we got to stay in this house. Roland, what was your probably the favorite part of this weekend for you?
Eating food and being here with the family. Running this broom right now. Right now, running this broom here.
Just like to do a little shout out to Dad for bringing us all here and this great idea to come to Niagara for a weekend. So thank you, Dad. And we'd love to do this again sometime, maybe next weekend. In preparation for February's video, I needed to find someone to eat a spicy ghost pepper with me since I didn't want to do it by myself. And I thought it might be kind of hard to find someone who was willing to do it with me. But I started with Kenton, so I shot him a message and I said, "Do you want to eat a ghost pepper?" And 3 minutes later he responded with, "That was easy." That was easy.
God burns! That is rather hot.
One February day we were hanging out at Jasmine's family's house and we decided to build a snowman. And then I got this brilliant idea that we should Photoshop us and make it look like we're sitting on the snowman's head so it looks like the snowman is huge. But I didn't have like a remote or timer on my phone, so I ended up starting a video on my phone, setting it in the snow and then running to the bench, and then we took a freeze frame from that, and it actually kind of worked. Also in February, in preparation for March's video, I took my camera to school with me one day, and I wanted to get some time-lapse footage of the area around the school. But at that point I didn't have an intervalometer, which allows you to automatically take a photo every so often on your camera, and then you can put those photos together to make a time-lapse. I didn't have that, so I actually stood outside in the freezing cold and pressed the shutter button on my camera every few seconds to try to get the perfect time-lapse. In the end, was it worth it? No. On February 27th, we ate at King's Buffet to celebrate Jasmine's birthday. Cream puff. Duchess had puppies! Puppies! For April's video, I wanted to pretend like I was one of those TV talk show personalities like Seth Meyers or John Oliver, and I found out that it's a lot harder than it looks, and it's a lot of work. But here's a little life hack for you if you ever need to use a teleprompter. Simply go to qprompter.com and copy and paste your script in the white box as indicated. Then prop your laptop underneath your camera, click Start Prompter, and you're good to go. Also on April 1st, I ran in the Pancake Mile with Anthony and Trevor, and I actually took along my camera, I wore a GoPro, and I was planning on making my next video about this Pancake Mile. But I did so poorly in the race that I completely scrapped the idea and made the photo date video instead, which was actually one of my favorite videos. Link below, check it out if you haven't already. Studying all day for exams. Not so fun, but kind of fun. But not so fun. The photo date! Definitely better than the pancake video would have been. No breathing while you're in a tunnel. We're in Pittsburgh. Towards the end of May, I got to go to Boston for a weekend with my cousin Trent and some of his friends for his bachelor party, and that was definitely one of the highlights of the year. and I turned that into the June video. For July 1st video, I had this brilliant idea that I would go into Waterloo and interview random people and ask them questions about Canada, since the video is going to be released on Canada's 150th birthday. However, I got discouraged after a while because no one wanted to do an interview, and the one guy who did was a really nice guy. He started asking questions like, where's our release form, and why are you doing this, and is this a mockumentary? And that's when I decided, you know what, I'm not a journalist. Luckily, Anthony, who was with me running the camera at the time, suggested that we could make a video about golf, so we did that instead. Jasmine and I spent the last part of June and the first part of July in Guatemala, and that kind of inspired August's video. And by the way, if you can't afford a real green screen, a green bedsheet from Walmart works just fine. Sort of. In August, I went with Jasmine's family to the cottage, which of course inspired September's video. In September, it was back to school again for me, and for a project I needed to draw a picture of a skateboarder doing an ollie, but from a low to the ground angle. So in order to get a reference, I decided to try to jump over my camera and take a freeze frame. October's video was of course the Spikeball tournament video, also one of my favorites of the year. Huge shout out to... I don't remember his name right now. Huge shout out to
Sean Hirschberger
for the drone shots. That was huge. It made my video so much better. Thank you. And then on October 16th, the strike started and it lasted 5 weeks, and I don't really want to talk about it. I did make a video about it though. Link down in the description. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. We are back to school now though, and we didn't lose this semester, so I guess that's good. And that brings us to December, today. So I guess that's where this video is going to have to end, and I guess that's kind of where this resolution ends. I do still plan to make more videos, not necessarily once a month on the first of every month. Maybe less, maybe more. But I'd just like to say thank you to all of you who watched all of my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you missed any, links to all the videos I made this year are down in the description. If you want to watch any of my future videos, make sure you click subscribe and also click that bell to get a notification every time I post a new video. Also click right here to watch all of the videos I made this year, start to finish. See you next time. This poor invisible hamster will die. Jimmy Kimmel.